sure I saw Magic Mike ripping a whole pack of cigarettes right outside this venue.
Welcome to Steele and Nazz, episode 86 here. Brought to you by Hedge Better from our studios in Braintree, Massachusetts. Sponsored by Slight Edge Fitness Performance out of Braintree, Massachusetts, along with the law offices of Patrick J. Foley. Tonight we have another big one for you folks as the leader of the New England Football Journal, Kevin Stone, joins the program to talk about the first 2 days of Patriots training camp and what's in store for the team this upcoming NFL season. Afterwards, we talked about, there's been a lot of buzz about Kevin Durant going to the Boston Celtics. We have our thoughts on that, along with a little wrap-up of Kings of Combat. Unfortunately, Showtime Craig and Magic Mike came up short in it. We'll have our thoughts on that. Also, we announced our softball tournament that's going to be taking place for charity, Cystic Fibrosis, September 24th at Pageant Field. We have a little bit more of that in the back end of the show. But you know what? Let's get to Kevin Stone here, the New England Football Journal, and talk about the Patriots. Here we go with Kevin. We're now joined by Kevin Stone from the New England Football Journal. I hope that was good enough. My colleague now, because I help out with you guys. Former colleague as well, Kevin, my buddy here. How you doing tonight?
Good to see you, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, brother. Sure. Absolutely.
So the Patriots camp started yesterday, so day 2 is in. How's it been going so far? You know, I know you were in there last season too. I'm sure throughout your career you've been, but is there any different feel going in with, Mac Jones, year 2, no coordinators, shit like that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me personally, it is far less terrifying than it was last year. But yeah, man, I mean, Mac's been the story. You can tell he is now the man there. You got little kids screaming for him. You got women screaming for him. He gets that one major ovation of all the guys that come out. It goes to him now. So he is clearly the new face of the franchise right now.
Love it.
Yeah, that, and we talked about on your show the other night with all these receivers. They all seem like 2s. They have no 1s. But
will we even go as far as 2s? I feel like it's a bunch of 3s.
3s, yeah, 3 could go 2. I guess we can get right in the wide receivers. So, all right, so let's go down the list. Devontae Parker, probably a 2.
Yeah, maybe. What's the
most defined 2? I'd say.
Yeah, most defined 2 probably, and then Myers, Bourne, and Aguilar probably all bona fide 3s.
All right, I'll give hot take number 1 here. Of the Patriots receivers, there's a lot to go around. James White seems to be hobbled. I heard a little bit. He seems to not be fully up to par. So that little check down's not as comebackable as we think. I think the top 2 receivers for the Patriots this year is 1, Hunter Henry, not too
not a big surprise.
Yeah, yep. And 2 is Nelson Aguilar. I think he is going to be the guy. I don't know why. I think he has just the way that Mac throws the ball, and I don't think it's going to be a Parker. He may have a couple games schemed up for him. Again, I don't know. We don't know. I feel like Bill Belichick's put Joe Judge and Patricia in the corner for leaving them, and making them beg their jobs back for not giving a title. But I think Nelson Aguilar is literally going to be their number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a huge deal with not naming the coordinators. I just feel like Belichick does this to the media and people all the time. He always plays around with them and he's playing at the end of the day, he's playing chess. Rest of the league,
the coaches know which one is the coordinator. Whether it's
this is what I say.
I was just gonna say he's keeping it from the dark from everyone else. But as far as the coach's standpoint, that was everyone sits in the meetings and they have their assigned seats. They know who.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. In this is a theory. I forget where I heard it, but they overreached on a guard in the first round. And he does that because later on when contract extensions come out, this guy owes me because we gave him this much money as a signing bonus for a first-round pick. So now when we're in contract extensions, I owe him. Kind of, how Brady's career went along. Brady obviously could have surpassed that and, just as Brady. But, to an extent, Belichick almost does this to gain favor and say, hey, you owe me this so you can sign cheaper with us. So we can kind of keep this rolling in the cap moving like this.
So you're thinking up 3-4 years down the road?
Yeah, I feel like that's why he reaches on his guys.
So a few things there. One, I think coordinator-wise, it's as simple as he doesn't have to pay him. If you have the title, you're making more money.
Right.
So I think that's part of it. today it was interesting. The first day, it was very clear Matt Patricia was the one calling plays. Today it was all three guys at different times. So, and Adam, we talked about this the other night.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think it's overblown. These guys have all been in football for 100 years combined. Like, you're not going to forget how to coach football. You can also be a bad head coach, not be a great leader of an entire 53-man roster, but still be able to get through to guys at a lower level. You know what I mean? So I think that's definitely overblown. In terms of, a signing like Godshaw yesterday, it was surprising, but look, Belichick likes the guy. He calls him the best defensive lineman in the league today.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's an outrageous statement. Yeah, no, it's an outrageous statement. But look, if you're on his good side, it's going to work out for you. So, yeah, I think there's something to having his guys. I think that's pretty obvious over, 23 years. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. And you guys, you mentioned the receivers as well. Devontae Parker is a one right now, at least the way he's playing. Again, it's 2 days and it's against air. They put the pads on Monday, but man, he's been unreal. I'm sure you guys have seen the video now.
It's promising to see.
There was one back shoulder throw today. It looked like Brady to any receiver the last 20 years. Like, the chemistry is already there. So I think Kendrick Bourne is your second. He was good last year.
Yeah, he was a great player. Great player.
Yeah, I thought he was their best receiver last year. Aguilar still has something to prove, and then I do think it's a big year for Jonnu Smith. Still, and Adam, I said this the other night as well. People are downplaying this offense, and they shouldn't be. On paper, there's a lot of talent there.
Oh, yeah. I think, like I said, the defense is the one to worry about. On the offensive side of the ball, the guy I'm looking forward to most, and you just mentioned it, is Kendrick Bourne. I think he can take another stride of even being that 1A, 1B on this team of, being a top receiver. I think Parker's going to take the cake with one, like you said here. But that's the guy I'm looking forward to seeing.
Just to argue, and I'm not saying that's otherwise,
fine.
but
I embrace debate.
The 1A, 1B, like the fact that on this team, the fact that we have to say that he's not.
I mean,
Devontae Parker
I'm saying on this team.
On what 28 other rosters is not a 1.
No, he would have been a 3.
I think he's a 1B. He used to torch the Patriots.
It does have a great.
Miami. I mean, So what's that say? I mean, we had a terrible secondary for off and on. I feel like, and then we had just the best secondary, and then like a terrible.
He
secondary.
was cooking J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson just got paid.
I'm not saying Devontae Parker sucks. He's a great player. He's a great talent. He got an injury. He's not a 1.
And I just got a question. So, being at training camp. Any players stand out so far as the season starts? Any new players? Any returning players?
Today was tough. The defense really. At one point, Bailey Zappi and Mack went 1 for 11, and it was 0 for 10 at the end of practice at one point. So it was a very defensive day. I do think Judon bounces back. He was a defensive MVP candidate halfway through the year last year, and then just kind of went missing.
Yeah,
I think he comes back and has a. Yeah, I think he has a full year this year. I'm still high on Trey Nixon, and not because of anything I've seen these last 2 days, but in minicamp, he was going off, and they need a slot guy. Like, you might not have Jacoby Myers next year. So if Trey Nixon can become that guy, I would love it. So he's my guy in camp. And then Jack Jones, the cornerback, I think he's going to be starting alongside
You were
Jalen
talking about
Mills
the other night, yeah.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Where is he out of?
Who?
I forget where he drafted. But he was one of the higher draft picks this year. And again, it's nothing over the last 2 days, but in terms of speed and being able to actually cover, he's faster than Malcolm Butler by a mile. Jalen Mills will probably be the other one. And then, you got Terrence Mitchell and a few other names, but
Jalen Mills trash. I said it the other night.
Very questionable secondary. Very questionable secondary.
Can I go off based off like just going off the speed of Thornton there that they drafted, who I think he had the fastest.
It's going to be exciting to watch.
40.
Yep.
So they have him and your Nixon boy, and then they bring in Jabril Peppers as well, who's also kind of like that Swiss Army. Who's going to be returning kicks, returning punts.
Yep.
What's going on there?
Going with that. Yep.
So I'm hoping it's J.J. Taylor. I called for it last year. He reminds me of David Meggett. And again, I hope he's not a criminal, but
Respectfully.
no, J.J. Taylor, I love. The other Jones they drafted, Marcus Jones, he was one of the best punt returners in college.
Yeah.
If not the best. So they haven't done much of that yet. It's just really, walkthroughs for punt returns. Like they hand the ball off to guys and stuff. So it's nothing major yet, but those are the two guys I hope do it. They haven't had an element on special teams since Julian Edelman.
Yep.
And if they need to score points this year, they're going to need to score on special teams too. So I'm hoping it's those two guys.
Try not to bury the lead here, but we haven't even gotten to number 10 yet. I think for me, he's like taking big strides in his second year. I think he's going to have to throw the ball down the field a little bit more. And, the last 2 minutes of games, when it comes to, the crunch time, I think he's going to have to come up in big spots. And I think he finally has at least a couple weapons around him now where, he can really excel. And it seems like he's had a really good offseason. I know they say that every year about every quarterback ever, but it really does seem like he looks different. He looks mature. He looks ready to go. Just want to know what you've seen in the last, 2 days at camp of, his progression.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say he looks bigger, but I'm freaking 5 feet, so everybody's bigger. But no, he definitely looks different. He's put on weight, but muscle. Just look at his face in videos. Like, it sounds really weird to say. His jawline is, like, phenomenal. Like,
doesn't sound weird. Doesn't sound weird.
Get it.
And again, it's not really, you shouldn't be judging a freaking football player on your jawline, but
yeah, I think we can. Yeah,
that's got a direct correlation with testosterone. I gotta believe it to be true.
Tom Brady's jawline gave us 6 Super Bowls,
and it did develop over time. But
it took its time.
One thing I have to say about Mac Jones, though, like I feel like we do have to kind of back down on the pressure that we do build up against them, where we come from the champion standpoint. Everything that he fucks up, like same thing. This is a young quarterback that's developing. Like we do see a lot of potential in him, but like when he goes 0-10 and he has these fluke games, we can't be like sending him shits to the wind. Like we need to be like still in his corner and backing him up. And
he's
like,
a Bama guy. He's used to it.
He's used to it. That's what I mean. I don't want to sound soft.
You want to cradle him?
No. I don't want to cradle him, but we got to know this is
national champion at Bama, dude. He's had pressure on him.
I just don't want us every single season that Patriots fans to expect us to go to the Super Bowl no matter what, just because of the Patriots. I just want us to
understandable.
I want to ask Kevin this because I feel like Mac didn't make that many mistakes last year, like that were critical. Like not like Cam Newton 2 years ago, where it was a catastrophe.
They didn't put him in position to do so.
Right,
I think it was great. Is the step forward? Him taking more chances. Is him? Kind of what are we supposed to be expecting from Mac this season?
I think it's a little bit of everything. And just to go back to the first question, it's just his poise. He sounds like a veteran already. It's his second year. I think you need to see it on the field too. If they're down 21-0 to Buffalo early, is the team folding or are they clearly rallying around him? Like we all saw, we know what it looks like when Tom Brady starts chirping people and saying, let's go, we got to pick it up. We know what that turnaround looks like. Like guys are playing for Tom Brady. I think guys are going to play for Mac. If you listen to every player that's talked about Jones, they love this kid. So I think his leadership in the locker room is already improved. I forget who said it the other day. It might have been Bill, or it was actually one of the players. But someone said he just started being himself, more during the offseason. And it's helped in his leadership. So in terms of like on the field, yeah, I'd say deeper chances probably. But he also didn't have that option last year. I mean, his deep threat was N'Keal Harry, who can't catch anything. So I think you're going to see it this year. I think they're going to play faster, but just the overall package. Like again, we've all watched plenty of football. What a franchise quarterback looks and sounds like. He looks and sounds the part, right?
He plays the part.
I actually don't agree with that. Like I think he's like a Kirk Cousins.
I was just about to get to my point, and before that, I was going to say we got a hell of a wash machine for N'Keal Harry. So, Chicago Bears, thank you for that. I want to spin. We're going to do a little mini game here. Of who would you rather with Mac Jones?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to bring up a quarterback, and you say either Mac Jones or the guy. So, I mean, Matt said it first.
Can we clarify some rules here?
Just
Like-
who would you rather?
Like this season or like
This
as
season, right now, present day, who would you rather quarterback? Is that cool?
I mean, he's going to lose a lot of the battle here.
That's fine. Maybe according to you. All right, so
I would say
we'll start Kirk Cousins.
I would rather Kirk. He's the most reliable. He's old reliable. Like
would-
you know where you're going to get from him.
I would take Kirk. You know what you're going to get from him. What do you think, Steve?
Mac.
Mac? What do you think?
I got Mac
Yeah, I
because
mean,
his
that-
potential.
Sorry, no, you have to take Kirk right now
Kirk.
simply because he has a bigger resume.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is this is dumb game?
We're going to keep spending it.
Yes, no, it's
Tua-
going forward. Say it's
Tua
going forward.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah,
Tua Tagovailoa.
I would take going forward. This is a great example. I would take Mac over Tua.
I'll take Mac
Tua's a
Jones.
bum.
Take Mac
I
Jones.
love a lefty quarterback.
Mac.
I'm a lefty.
Zach Wilson.
Mac, easy.
Mac. Right, Kevin? Mac?
Oh, God, over who?
Zach Wilson.
Jack? I mean, I'd love that guy in my locker room now after the stories.
Banging moms throwing bombs.
It's Mac. It's Mac.
What's another good one? Jimmy Garoppolo.
Trey Lance would be better. Both.
We'll go
Ooh.
Jimmy Garoppolo first.
Yeah, let's hear you, Kev, first.
Yeah.
I'm such a Jimmy G guy,
Me
so
too.
that's so tough. Look, he's been to a Super Bowl. Wow, that's really tough. I got to go Jimmy, but if Mac, I wouldn't be surprised if Mac is at his level very, very soon, if not this year.
You know, we're stepping into it, and you're like, "Oh, the season's coming. Would I rather Jimmy G at quarterback than Mac Jones?" And my answer is no. I think I'd rather have Mac Jones under center week 1.
Definitely over Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Whoa. So I would take Mac over Jimmy for the exact reasons you said, and I would take Trey Lance over Mac because I think the talent is there. Maybe I'm thinking too much on a fantasy level,
I think
fantasy
no.
sports, and I do.
Degenerate.
What about Justin Fields?
I would take.
Mac Jones is an easy pick there.
That's a tough one for me because if you put Justin, I mean, right now in their situations, it's Mac over Justin.
Yeah.
But if you were to take Justin
Situations,
Fields in
you're
the
right.
Patriots, I think I would take Justin Fields.
And the same thing I think goes with Trevor Lawrence.
I was
think
just
if
going
you
to
put
say,
Trevor
Kev, what do you
Lawrence
think
in a
about that?
different
Would
area-
you rather Trevor Lawrence or Mac Jones?
I would rather Trevor Lawrence all day, every day.
Oh, God, no, give me Mac all day.
No.
Really?
He had Urban Meyer and shit.
Yeah, but he also
Urban Meyer was literally like
like,
fingering girls at the fucking bar, and not even coaching. And Mac Jones got Bill Belichick sitting there, fucking calling
at
people, saying hey, at 4 a.m. this is playbook 2 to this week. No, that's not even a fit. Come on.
Let the
Now he's got
voice
Doug
be voiced.
Peterson. I
get a
want to
little
see
better.
Trevor.
We'll get a little better.
I want to see Trevor Lawrence this year, but yeah, sorry, not to.
So like Kevin finished, Trevor Lawrence or Mac Jones? You said Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones all day.
Mac Jones all
I just
day?
I don't think Lawrence is. I feel like he's got some Kyler Murray in him, and he just won't take football seriously.
That's actually a good answer.
I got one last one for you. Mac Jones or Chargers QB. Why am I drawing him?
Herbert all day.
Herbert all day.
Is he really? Is he going to live up to the hype that people have?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's waiting.
I think he will.
He's the most talented quarterback probably outside of Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Maybe Josh
Does he?
Allen.
Does he?
Yeah,
Does he stay
yeah,
with
you
the
know-
Chargers and try and win them? The,
Yes.
Oh no, yeah, he's under rookie contract. He's got
Okay.
a couple more years.
He's got.
So-
He's
No, I meant yeah.
And he screams like that area.
So if he's going to win a Super Bowl, do you think it will be with the Chargers or with another team?
with the Chargers. But I'll
Yeah,
think
it's funny too. We were actually talking today. I got one for you guys. They might finish last in that division. That's how good that division is.
crazy.
Yeah.
Simply because of coaching.
You know who's gonna finish last though, and it's just because.
the Raiders.
Yep.
Really? That's a bold. That's a bold plan.
They have made so many additions and everything and all of this, and it's like the Rams this year winning the Super Bowl was like a one-off of like adding
Future
all
Hall
these
of
pieces.
Famer Derek Carr.
It doesn't always work that way. It doesn't always work out for these teams when they add all these pieces. The Rams were
I
that
don't know.
good. Matt Stafford finally got out of fucking Detroit.
Back on the Patriots. Did you finish?
Yeah, I finished.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I literally thought you finished.
Shut up.
Yeah, that was nuts, dude. That was an asshole.
Adam,
He was like mid-sentence, dude.
Keep going. Back to the Patriots.
Go.
let's do it.
So with does anyone think any surprise cuts are going to occur for the Patriots?
100%.
Yeah, but like which
Yeah.
one? Who?
I think
Oh,
Kevin
that's-
can answer better.
I said it the other night on the show.
Honestly, I'd say Jacoby Myers. I think that's what you said the other night, right?
No, I said Nelson Aguilar.
What? So here's another one. Because look, they're too
Myers
deep
is
there.
great. He's a great one.
Look, the room is full. They just signed another kid today after he came in for a tryout. So that's probably just a camp body. But no, I think you're going to see one of those receivers cut. I think it's going to be one of those two guys. Just again, they're not going to have Myers next year. You're probably not going to pay him now, although you just pay Godchar, so you never know. But yeah, it's one of those two guys.
I just feel they have too much stock in Jacoby.
I could say I think you can add Bourne into that. You don't know. That's Russian roulette.
Oh yeah, the running backs and receivers. I feel like anything could happen.
No, I mean
those two rooms,
Harrison Stevenson.
there's so many.
Question for Kevin here. Harris Stevenson. It's probably like a 60-40, right?
Yeah, probably. Look, Stevenson's actually. You mentioned James White earlier. First of all, I don't think he's going to play anymore.
Yeah,
I mean he was talking. He said he couldn't walk like a month ago. So I actually think Stevenson's going to be your pass catcher. So it's going to be a different offense. But in terms of actually running the ball, yeah, 60-40, 50-50 probably.
So the Patriots typically, they're known. They've gotten rid of their fullbacks, which they're historically known to do, and they run that the two running backs, two tight ends, whatever, two receivers. I think we're going to see a lot more, 3 wide receiver sets. We have to, right?
Have to at this point.
I mean, look, I still think they can go 2 tight end. I think
you can.
I think Jonathan's going to have a big year, and I think I hate to bring up Aaron Hernandez, but I think that's what they're going for still. I think that's what they had in mind.
Yeah, that's definitely what they want.
Are you going to see more 3 wide receiver sets? Yeah, of course, just because they have more speed now. And today's NFL, you have to have that speed on the field, but don't be surprised if you still see that 2 tight end heavy stuff.
But you're not going to have that running back like the two unless you put someone in motion and put them back, use a tight end as a fullback.
Yeah,
I don't think Johnny's not skilled for that. I mean, Hunter maybe a little bit, but
no, that's why they brought Johnny in.
I think.
Oh, really?
I think Johnny's skilled.
Okay, so I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're going to hand the ball off to him. I mean, they're going to try and get him involved. They tried to last year, and I just think he wasn't here for the pre-OTAs, and I don't even think he was here for OTAs. So he came into camp with a brand new team, kind of learning on the fly.
Yeah,
he's been here all offseason now. So
I feel like in the running backs too, just like the running back core, like it seems like every time they'll never sign a running back like Sony Michel out the door. Damian Harris will eventually be out the door, and then Stevenson will take his spot. And then someone, I think they drafted a running back this year. They drafted Hill, end up taking Pierce Strong or something like that.
It is just like a conveyor
belt. You're
going
to miss. I mean,
it's not even a miss. It's just they don't want to sign a running back, so they want to just keep going.
But like the tight ends, they double drafted the tight ends, Asai and who the fuck his name is. Are they even on the roster still?
Ossie is, I believe.
Ossie actually made a great catch yesterday. And everybody at the exact same time said, I forgot he was on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then who's the other? They drafted both those. Who's the other guy?
One more thing on Damian Harris, too. I'm pretty sure he's in a contract year. So, look, they need the bodies. But I would be surprised if he gets traded before the season starts. I don't think it's going to happen.
Before?
I wouldn't be shocked.
That would be a call.
That'd be a hell of a call.
That would be a hell of a call.
Back on what you said about Jonnu Smith, I think they also brought in, it's kind of funny how you look at it too. They brought in a guy like Ty Montgomery to push Jonnu Smith and be like, all right, you're going to be this guy to do a bunch of things, or we're going to have another guy take your reps.
This guy's going to take this.
Ty Montgomery, the running back?
Yeah, he's on the Pats.
I don't know.
Yeah. Haven't seen much of him yet, but to that point, he's going to play.
Body. Yeah.
To me, it's still weird seeing him as a running back, though.
Well, he was in Green Bay, and then they had Dylan. Dylan.
I don't even know where else he's been.
I think that's all I think that was it.
I don't even remember.
He was a receiver in Green Bay, wasn't he?
No, he was a running back. He was Aaron Jones, and until Dylan came.
Yeah, you're right. He was a running back, but they used him like a deep.
Yeah, he was all over the place. Yeah, James White.
We haven't talked about the defense yet, at least too much. I think we talked about Jalen Mills a little bit in the corners.
Yeah.
I'm more interested to see who's gonna be good at the linebacker position. They keep hyping up Josh Uche. I think Trent Brown commented the other day saying like how great that he looks and he thinks he's gonna be this year. Juwan Bentley's such a hit or miss for me. He can either have a great game or just lose eyes of the running back, and before you know it, it's just like a 70-yard screen pass for a touchdown. I mentioned on your show the other day who I think can really come, who's real elusive, is Mac Wilson, the guy from Cleveland there. I think there's possibilities at the linebackers position, but I think out of years past where we have had a good linebacker core, remains a lot of question with these guys. I just want to see your take on that and how much, talked about the other night too, about how much of an impact these safeties are going to make too.
I mean, I think everybody's got the same question on those linebackers. I mean, for me, Uche and Bentley have to be two of your best guys this year. Like you're running out of time with them, and you don't really have a choice with them now. So Raekwon McMillan is still a name to kind of watch.
Yeah. For sure, he got hurt last season. Yeah.
That's not a fun name to look out for, though, as like a Patriots fan hoping to make the playoffs.
The thing is, like the last year, we can all agree the biggest weakness, at least I think, was they were slow and they were just old.
Yeah,
linebackers.
100%.
So if nothing else, look, the names might not be flashy, but if they can go, run people down, well, that's all you need. So I again, there's still plenty of questions until we actually see, in pads and real speed. But and you mentioned the safeties. We talked about how stacked that unit is. Kyle Duggar alone, I mean, he might be an all-pro at some point.
He hits like he hits like a Mack truck.
He cracks.
Yeah, and so
that guy.
The kid Mac Wilson, we haven't seen him yet. I think he's on PUP or the other, whatever the designation is. But in terms of Adrian Phillips, Kyle Duggar, you still have Devin McCourty, a good veteran back there. They're all set in the secondary, I think. Well, and in the safety position.
I feel like all those guys can play like outside linebacker too. I feel like they all have.
That's like Jabril. It's like he's like that's like a perfect fit.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I think it's going to be more. People are just going to have to get used to not seeing, a Teddy Bruschi name, a Mike Vrabel name. But again, if these guys can run and tackle, that's really, to me, that's the reason you lost most of your games last year. It was on defense, and it was because you were slow. So I think they might be okay, but no, it's the same question I think everybody has. You just need to see it first.
The big fear too is because they have no depth. They have no depth and no defense.
No.
I mean, I think Judon Barmore are their probably two best defensive players.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
So if they can get that pressure,
they need it to help that.
I mean, Barmore he's more of a run stopper, but Judon needs to really step up. I'm curious of what they come out with. I'm curious if this whole like I don't have an offensive defensive coordinator is just because this like the New York Giants know this tendency they'll send it to another team or Patricia's this whatever because these players know their tendencies what they think they've given too much they hated Belichick whatever. I'm curious if that's Belichick just being like literally like Vladimir fucking Putin. I can't believe I just fucking connected the two, but I just did. And you know what? Now that we're there, like just giving away too much of his tactics, and now he's just like, no, they don't have any say.
So I think part of it is his kid took a ton of blame last year, and probably rightfully so.
Yep.
This year, if you don't name any coordinators, you can take all the blame and no one gets thrown under the bus.
Right.
I think it's simple as that.
He loves to smoke.
You think?
He'll shut down the reporter no matter what fucking.
It's as simple as that.
Honestly, I mean, look, it's what really changed last year. You were 9-4. The defense crapped the bed all of a sudden. I think what happened is Belichick had taken over after that Dallas game. What was it, 4th and 21 that they gave up? I think he took over. Things got right. Gave it back to his kid and Gerard Mayo. But then something happened connection-wise in terms of guys either losing respect for whoever the voice was, probably Steve Belichick, and then everything went south again. So at this point, if you don't name a coordinator, if people don't know who to blame, well, the head coach takes the blame, and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, the thing that I took away the most last season was not getting pressure on the quarterback. That's why I think the whole thing changed. I mean, you think about not just the Bills game in the playoffs. Obviously, that was a shit show, but the one that clinched the division in Gillette, they didn't get pressure on Josh Allen. They literally didn't punt once. That was ridiculous. My main takeaway from the depth chart that I was going to say, another hating on Jalen Mills is Malcolm Butler's been retired for a season. He comes back as the number 1 cornerback on your roster, and Jalen Mills is number 2. I should say everything you need to know about Jalen Mills. The guy sucks.
Great cleats though.
Disagree.
Hey,
Disagree.
he's gonna be one of the starters. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And also-
Sucks. He is going to be there.
I am perfectly content with Malcolm Butler and Jalen Mills. I am perfectly content with them in my secondary. I'm not saying we're going to be great, but I think it's a bend don't break mentality, and I think they know that.
Yeah, but those two might break.
I don't think Malcolm Butler fucking won us the Super Bowl. Shut the fuck up.
7 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
7 years.
Terrence Mitchell might be a starter, but there's a legitimate competition there for someone opposite Jalen Mills. I hate to tell you, Jalen Mills is a starter. Like,
I'm not saying that he's not a starter, but he gets torched. So just remember, CD Lamb just done him a new one last year. I know.
CeeDee Lamb is gonna fucking do that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb is a legit. No, I would trade every single wide receiver we have on the roster for CeeDee Lamb.
And still wouldn't get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys would be like, no.
My last one here is, final record prediction. I know we're still early. We're only in 2 weeks of camp. You don't even know who's going to start, who's going to be a backup or whatever. But my prediction, I think it's going to be similar to last season. But I think they're not going to make the playoffs. I think it's going to be around 9-8. It has nothing to do with them for me. It has everything to do with how good the AFC got. I mean, everyone in the AFC West is good. Tennessee and the Colts just got Matt Ryan, and they brought in Stephon Gilmore a bunch of. I just think it's very competitive. It's going to be tough to get a spot. And if you were to ask me if you beat the Dolphins in the division, that the Patriots make the playoffs, any other year I'd say yes. This year I don't know because a lot of wild card teams can come from wherever.
And it's a tough the schedule right out of the gate. I think it's at Miami, Pittsburgh,
Green Bay.
Baltimore, Green Bay.
Whoa. Let's back this up. We have the 13th easiest schedule.
But I'm saying right out of the gate, you start off 1-3. That can hurt. That can hurt a team.
Yeah.
A young team.
Didn't hurt him last year.
Kevin, what do you think?
It is way too early, but I'm thinking 11-6-ish, and I still
I'm right there. I'm right there.
I don't think they make the playoffs just because what Nazaro said. The AFC is just loaded. Even if you go 11-6, Buffalo is probably going to win that division. So you figure 12, 13 wins there. Mm-hmm. AFC West is loaded. I mean, it's going to be hard, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think.
I think it's 11-6, and the playoffs kind of ride off of the win you have. If you have I don't know the exact schedule, but if you won in Denver or LA or Vegas, that might get you in or it might get you out. Yeah, I don't know what their exact schedule is.
Head battles but
I think those head-to-head battles are going to be the way we are in or out.
Yeah, it's funny too. People are worried about Miami. They're the team I'm least worried about.
Me too.
At least in the division.
Besides the Jets, the Jets have gotten better on defense. I just think Zach Wilson's just a motherfucker.
I think there's too much hype around that Miami team to actually answer the bell and live up to it. That's all.
Yeah, I just think out of the gate, I'm kind of pissed that they open up in Miami because they never fare well down there.
That's the only reason.
Brady never fared well down there.
Well, we didn't fare well.
Milkbag Mac, we don't know.
That was his first game, though.
Legit 0-2 there without Brady.
Are we?
Yeah, but one of those was Cam Newton. Does not count.
That Cam Newton should just be
Yeah, that's 0-1.
Honestly, I think the biggest game for them, I think it's at Green Bay. I want to say week 3. If you go into Lambeau in September and win this game or win that game, I don't care what you do with your first 2. That's a statement win for a young team that's unproven.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's the first litmus test.
Is Alan Lazard okay? Alan Lazard or Devontae Parker?
Parker. Obvious.
Oh no, I disagree.
No, that's Parker.
It's Alan Lazard all day. and twice on Sunday. I go to church.
If they make the playoffs and play the Bills again, I'm still gonna put a gallon of milk on the line versus the leader of the Bills.
I may
dump it on your head this time.
I may milk challenge against it. I may milk challenge the Packers game. Packers win.
I mean, who are you doing that with?
I'm 0-2. I'm 0-2 on the milk challenge. I don't know.
I don't think Kevin wants wants the smoke with the milk, so we won't.
No, yeah.
I'm a milk guy, but hell no, you guys are nuts.
The milk's tough in the cold.
Yeah, mid-blizzard. Mid-blizzard.
What, I think Showtime mixed in eggnog on him too.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
And then Adam didn't even put it on his head.
I did my
Adam put it down his back.
I got a big head.
You do got a big head. You gotta know it's not coming down your face.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling
legit
this.
missed.
The fact that I had the opportunity, if the Patriots won, to just completely assassinate the leader of Bill's Mafia, I was all in.
You had to.
I'd do it again. I would do it again.
was her
Maybe
name?
actually do it. Oh,
The Water Buffalo Club. I don't know.
No, it's from the Flintstones or something.
Nice
I forget
lady.
whatever the
Nice
fuck it
lady.
was. I don't know.
She was all in too. I think one of them was just like, "Oh no, you don't have to pour milk. You can do something else." And she's like, "Nah, I want all of it. Let's go." Kevin, appreciate you joining the show, man, and yeah, best luck with everything. We'll be talking soon, and yeah, have fun at training camp. Get some rest too, buddy. All right.
Hell yeah, I love you boys, and thanks for having me on. Looking forward to it again.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, absolutely, buddy. Thanks.
Kev.
thanks, Kev.
Appreciate it, guys. See ya.
Yep.
2022 is here. Do you have your resolution? Here's an idea. Make your way down to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance located in Braintree, Mass. Owned and operated by Coach Craig Kelly, you can be assured you are getting the best training around. Whether looking to improve your health or gain a slight edge on your competition, this is the gym for you. Group fitness classes as well as personalized one-on-one training are both available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com as well as follow them on Instagram at Slight Edge Fitness and set up a consultation today. It's time to get fit, so let it rip.
That was Kevin Stone from the New England Football Journal. Hoping for a good season with the Pats here, but you never know what can happen. I think we're going to transition into some basketball talk now. Obviously, there was, Celtics made the NBA Finals, a lot of buzz going on.
Yeah, pretty good.
But the thing in the beginning of the week came out as the Celtics reportedly had a trade offer to the Brooklyn Nets for Kevin Durant. I think the package, who was it? Was it Jaylen Brown?
It was Derek White and
and then 3 first-round picks. I think the Nets rumor countered with give us Marcus Smart too, when they were they're pretty hesitant towards that. Steele, what's your take on Kevin Durant to the Celtics? Would you like that? Would you like to get rid of number 7 there and then maybe put in a new number 7?
Obviously, I would not be too mad with the Celtics acquiring Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant, a top 15 player ever. But I think you run the team back. The way they came together as a team at the end of the year, I don't think you mess with that. I think if you were to do something, make a move, it was at the trade deadline when they sucked last year. To do it now after is dumb to me. I think you keep the team intact.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, and I don't want to compare Kyrie Irving to Kevin Durant here, because Kyrie Irving's got tremendous talent, but Kevin Durant's one of the best players in basketball. When they, had a good thing going and then they traded everyone up for Kyrie Irving there. I kind of have a different take, but I think those are similar. I think if you have Kevin Durant for, this last 3 or 4 year window he has of being a top 5 player in the world, I think you should take it. It just depends what pieces you're going to have to get rid of. If they were willing to accept the Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and those picks offered, I'd be all in, but I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. Now, giving up Marcus Smart, yeah, I still think I would do the trade. I think Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum, along with the rest of the supporting cast, you bring in Malcolm Brogdon now, still have Al Horford playing, and I feel like that still has a nucleus, to be a championship title team. I mean, when you have Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum on one team, that seems like they can get back to where they were, this past season. But then again, the East is another beast, but you're taking away another thing you're looking at too is you're taking away a team that probably won't have any title contention anymore in the Brooklyn Nets, and that's another plus.
But what if Smart and Jaylen Brown brought camaraderie and teamwork to that team? What if in a way it made them better?
They've already played with Kyrie. They fucking hate him. I mean, he's out the door next, but
yeah,
he was.
I think the question would be if Tatum's not involved, which obviously presumably he won't be in any trade. Is there a trade you wouldn't accept? An offer or package that you wouldn't take for Durant?
There was some blasphemy about Chris Broussard saying that they got to give Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Rob Williams hand picks. That's too much.
Well, Chris Broussard's an idiot.
Yeah, that guy's an
sources. That guy
see,
stinks.
That's the I think I do it.
That's wild.
Because those first, what do they mean? If you have Kevin Durant for 4 years with Jason Tatum, those picks are fucking nothing.
No, I don't care about the picks.
And then
I care about Robert Williams.
No, the picks I don't give a fuck about.
You've eliminated, your turnovers in your free throw shooting, issues somewhat with Gallinari and Brogdon. Brogdon, if you should look at his shooting stats, are top 5, in the league with all guards in the past. When he's healthy, you bring in Gallinari, he's a great shooter. You still have Al, and then you have Durant. Roy Williams cannot stay healthy, so you still have that problem of no center. Luke Cornett would be our center, I guess. Obviously, he wouldn't start or get many minutes, but I still think there is an exception out there that we can throw around. You need a big man. Maybe you get something back if you have to add, Rob, maybe Claxton. I don't know how much they value him. They do like him a lot. Yeah. They may be a stupid, I guess, add-in, but
another name in the discussion that I think I would bring out too if I was Brad Stevens is Grant Williams. I think his stock is I know he had a tough finals or whatever, but that Milwaukee series he played pretty
great
well
playoff runs. Great playoff
I think his
run.
stock's at an all-time high. So if you're just willing to, if that's a good piece that Brooklyn would take in that, or if you don't want to offer Smart but you want to offer Derek White, Grant Williams, and picks.
Well, I think
Jaylen Brown.
Throw Derek White in the fucking trade.
No, I thought he was the best in the finals. To be honest, that's not saying much because they all fucking blew.
That's why we lost.
But I think if Smart goes in, White comes out. I don't think it's inclusive. I don't think White's like a value to the Nets.
Yeah, and they don't.
I think it's a contract that makes it work.
Yeah,
but if you moved Grant and kept Rob, I mean, positional wise, that's perfect sense.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of bites about like the Brogdon trade now that you're looking at the Kevin Durant potential trade is I go back to even the Kevin Garnett trade in like 07, 08, and they just literally gave Minnesota, besides Al Jefferson, like 5 washing machines.
The entire thing, yeah. Like take the
bench. They just gave the Pacers like 5 washing machines. I would have liked maybe 2 or 3 washing machines to be able to give to Brooklyn, but you know what? Malcolm Brogdon's a good player, and you can't really sit on shoulda, coulda, woulda. But at the end of the day, I think if you look all around the whole league, besides maybe Miami, I think the Celtics definitely have the best trade packages. Especially Jaylen Brown is turning into a potential superstar in this league.
Yeah, for sure. Jaylen Brown is the best piece they can get from a contending team that has to give up the package to get Durant and not be a contending team around him. I guess, if that makes sense. Typically, I like to disagree with Adam, but I guess we're going to agree here.
Yeah. Progress here. Wow.
I just said, how do you not want the top 3? I think he's the number 2 best player in the NBA behind Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think he's better.
Yeah, I mean, if obviously last shot better shooter.
He's less likable. He's less likable.
Yeah, I just think Giannis is just so dominant. But then again, you're picking. one A.
I kind of love
I'll take
either. Twitter. One of the great shit talkers on the internet.
Did you see the TikTok of the
No, what do we got?
It's just like a brush and it's just Kevin Durant and it's like a delay and then it's just like, what's that?
Kevin Durant would turn into like an absolute villain if he came to Boston too. Like we would love him so much, but the rest of the country, the rest of the world,
he'd be booed all over the planet. Yeah, he'd be booed.
Well, I mean, did you see the?
He's kind of booed.
See, this is where I feel like it's almost happening. Is the comments he made about Kerr about how many pick and rolls he would request if the Warriors faced the Jordan Bulls and would beat them, and what he kind of wants to do is a rematch and show, hey, guess what? I'm better than Kerr. I am better than the Warriors. You know what I mean? It almost sets up for that.
That team was very, very good without him.
They just won it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It just shows, like with Tatum and if he has a surrounding cast, that's not it. I think he would love to take him down, and that's like the one thing that gives me hope of that coming. Because usually I don't think he's coming here.
I think it's crazy to like. I think I disagree with you that. I think it's a realistic option that you could see Kevin Durant agree next year. If you really think about it, Miami just said that they are going to run it back with the team they have. That's the report I heard. So the only other team I could really think of him unless a team came out of nowhere, is the Phoenix Suns. I think it could be between the Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics. Why do you have another team that you think would?
The Bulls.
A team coming out of nowhere for a player like Kevin Durant's completely possible.
That's
a team just being like, you know what, fuck it, like we get Kevin Durant.
You know who? Like the Pelicans or the Hornets. I don't know that separate. Like I can't.
Yeah,
separate
like
their
don't know
rosters in my
exactly
head.
all the things. Yeah, but like.
But yeah, I could see like because some
like a team will be like, if no one's gonna do it, fine, we'll do it. You know what I mean? It's Kevin Durant.
But is Kevin Durant going to go there?
Michael Jordan just cucks the whole league.
Wouldn't put it past him. He took it personally.
Yeah. So KD to Boston. Who knows? Great showing this year after a disappointing year. We'll see what happens. Transitioning on into a pretty good subject for Mr. Michael Steele right now, but not the best subject for me is the AL East race. The Red Sox are now in last place, sitting at 49-50 going into tonight. I think they're 6-17 in the month of July. It seems like they're just not playing anybody. Their last 6 guys in the lineup every night has been minor leaguers. Their pitching staff, I think the Irish pub softball team has a better pitching staff than they do.
That Franchi Cordero kid, he should be sent to like single A. Not demoted to triple A, single A.
But why is he playing first base?
No, that's where I agree with Matt here, and he's definitely an MLB player. I think he's a good hitter. I think he just has no position.
Put him in right field. You don't put him at first fucking base.
He's not a good outfielder either.
You don't like. Look at what he did. That play was just
that was hysterical.
No, it's
that
looking like Looney Tunes, the Bad News Bears every time they come out.
Durant not running for it, hilarious.
Well, and then you see all these.
He should also be fired.
That looks like me. That looks like me in center field at a softball game, like the Irish pub. That's
I'm
me
not
in
running for
field.
that.
That's my move. It's like if a ball's over my head and it's 50-50, I just start running slower, so it looks like I wasn't close, so I don't fucking drop it. You know what I mean?
You think I'm putting this cigarette out to go catch that thing? No way.
Do you think it's more embarrassing if you're running somewhere and it goes the opposite way, or you just wait there and it's like 50-50?
I think you should be moving. I think you should be moving.
I think he knew off the bat he read it wrong and he just pretended. There's no way a professional MLB center fielder can read it that fucking wrong. Everybody's screaming at you. Like, I mean, you don't think Verdugo's yelling at him, get back?
And when it drops, like, you gotta like...
Yeah.
Like he moved as fast as I'm moving sitting in this chair.
I still don't get it either. They keep going off about like, oh, right field at Fenway Park is like the tough, and it is tough. Don't get me wrong, but Jackie, if they're gonna play Jackie Bradley every night, just put him in center field, please.
Yeah.
Put him in center field and leave me alone.
And I think
what they're trying to do is make Durant the future center fielder, get him comfortable.
And I think he made that play while being in like an 0-for-19 slump with like 14 Ks. Like I have no idea how you keep that guy on the fucking team at that moment. At that moment, you gotta get rid of it.
I mean, the Yankees wasn't Joey Gallo like 1 for like 112.
Joey Gallo is the worst player in the MLB.
And
single worst player.
And they still have the best.
You know what Barry Boone had the nerve to do like 3 days ago? 8th inning, they were down 2. 2 outs. Edwin Diaz is in. Best closer in baseball right now. He pinch hit Joey Gallo. He brought in a 160 hitter to fucking try. What do you think happened? On 3 pitches.
If you look at Joey Gallo's stats, like it's a phenomenally bad.
They just got his replacement last night, right?
Yeah, but Stan's hurt, so he's still fucking in the lineup.
Beamer Benintendi.
Yeah.
Andrew Benintendi.
When Stan comes back, Judge, it's gonna be.
I mean, he's been 320. That's a big pickup. I mean, Yankees obviously been the best team in baseball all season. It's gonna be an easy World Series win for them.
No, they don't stand a chance.
It's gonna be an easy.
I mean, but the thing is,
I'm jinxing it, man.
The thing is,
now in a pretzel because he said that.
Yeah.
Now who knows where we're at with this?
So, baseball's just get hot and get in there, and the Yankees have not gotten the injury bug yet, and that's great for the Rays.
Well, Stan's out
Stan's
right now.
Always fucking hurt. That's a given.
Stan's on the 10-day DL with Achilles tendonitis, he's done for the year.
See,
he's not coming back. I have no intention.
LeMahieu's hasn't got hurt. The Judge hasn't got a little dinged up. Yeah, Severino's got a do something with his arm. Garrett Cole, without his spider attack, is going to get hurt.
Severino's arm's got to be like a pitch away from falling off.
We
I think he's going to have a metal piece there.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about how much of a piece of shit Chaim Bloom is. That guy is the worst.
Oh, all right. You know
He's
what?
the worst.
I've said
Here
this
comes
from
the
beginning.
Rays fan.
Yeah. No,
Backing up his boy.
He's great for the Rays. Don't get me wrong. He's great for the Rays when you got no payroll.
Okay, all right, 98.5. Listen.
Yeah, shut up.
Everybody's
Nazz.
worried about the Red Sox turning into the Rays. It's like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Do you think Chaim Bloom's dumb enough?
You have no rings.
Dumb enough to make a roster turn into the Rays with the payroll they have? You just gave a story 140. Would maybe you let Mookie walk for what, 350 million?
They're letting Bogart. They're gonna let Bogart.
They're gonna let Bogarts go. If they let Devers go, the dumbest move in the history.
Yeah,
It's like
Devers. That's the only one I have huge beef with. My whole thing is if you're gonna let Bogarts, and you know what, it's a good decision to let JD walk. He's getting a little bit older. He should probably go to another team. They should be both dealt at the deadline. You should try to get something.
100%.
100%. The Red Sox season is. I would can't like it's done.
No, their thing is like for 1 month be the worst team in baseball, then rally behind the giant pieces of shit. They're definitely gonna bounce back.
No,
The AL East is just too good.
No, but how about like these last like 6 games before the All-Star break?
Evaldi's going out for the year.
It
soon.
went from like, oh, we're in first place to wild card, be like, holy shit, like we're going for draft picks now.
And especially 2 teams that fucked you guys over big time. It's the Mariners winning like 15 in a row or whatever.
And the
they did,
Orioles.
And the Orioles coming back, yeah.
And that, you know what, is like, take my Red Sox hat off for a sec. That's kind of sick for Baltimore. I don't know. Trey Mancini hitting the inside the park home run today.
I mean, Baltimore already has more wins than any Orioles fan thought they would get. And they're at like 50.
They're at 50.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's more than like they expected.
The one thing I think Chaim has fucked up with is the like pitching in Fenway is not the same as pitching in Tropicana where you can find those arms and develop them. Kind of, you know how he was done with Charlie Morton and Rich Hill or whatever.
Yeah, because
You
Fenway's
can't
a dumb
just do
field.
it. You can't do it because it's so hard to. But it's so hard to just play in Fenway. Like Ortiz said it with Bogarts and Bet. Like Bogarts has proved he can hit in Fenway.
Yeah.
And that's so hard to replace. Yeah, next year they're not going to go in with a first base of Casas, second base Jeter, Downs, shortstop Story, and third base Dalbec. They are not going to do that. Like
that's my big beef. That's the big beef I have.
Well, it's not going to happen. Like you're dumb to even think that.
No, but who's going to replace Xander Bogaerts?
Story. And you sign a fucking good second baseman. You have fucking so much fucking money.
He's playing for 3 years from now, which is what you should do with the Tampa Bay Rays, not the Boston Red Sox.
He's doing both. He's revamped this farm.
How many more shortstops are better than Xander Bogaerts in professional baseball?
7 or 8.
Definitely, maybe 5. That's it.
7 or 8.
All right, now we're right around there. But that to my point,
that's a replaceable
to my
player.
point exactly. Well, I'd have to pull up a list, but
pull it up. Pull the fucking list up. I'm sitting right here.
You got all the time in the world.
Fuck you, Adam.
I just think he's going for a 3-year plan. Well, if you're a Boston Red Sox fan, if you're a high market team, you're a high market team. I'm doing it right now, dude. Why don't you pick up a list instead of picking up the?
I'll name them right now.
I know Tito's isn't there.
Of course there is. I'll
Never said there wasn't.
I mean, you look at even just the shortstops coming out. You have Meyer. You nailed the draft last year.
Yeah, but Meyer's not going to play for at least
2 or 3 years.
2-3 years.
But yeah, you have Story. Who's not a second baseman. You're just wasting him.
He might be the best defensive second baseman in baseball.
Because he's a shortstop.
That's my point. He should never play short again.
What do you mean? Second base? I can play second base.
No, you could not play second base. You could.
Yeah,
not
I'm a
play
lefty. Sorry, I can't play second base.
Okay. So
Same.
2013 free agents.
No, I'm not talking about free agents. I'm talking about baseball players.
2023.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what you wanted, right?
Is he even top 10 in that? In top, so what? We got Trey, Didi, Swanson. All right, so he's 4th on the free agent list.
Where is?
I would rather. He's not up.
Okay.
I'd rather Angelton Simmons. Maybe not. He's old.
No, definitely not.
So he's 4th on the free agent list.
Love the reach.
3
there.
years ago, I might have. How good of a defensive player?
I don't think I'd take any of these guys. Maybe Trey Turner. That's it.
Dansby Swanson in the year he's having?
I'd take Xander Bogaerts.
Look at the
over him.
stats. Look at learn your baseball before you fucking talk
I
to me.
learned
Adam.
my baseball.
You got the analytics guy over here. You got the Rays guy.
Look at his stats.
Dansby Swanson was a great player at Vanderbilt. He just won a World Series. Let's see, 15 home runs, 54 ribbies, 295.
Oh, that's not good.
It's very good, but I think Xander Bogaerts, besides the home run area, I think he's batting in the 300s.
Pull it up.
I'm trying to pull it up. Fuck you guys.
I thought we were talking about all of baseball. I'm saying Xander Bogaerts is.
But now you want to play this Dansby Swanson against Xander Bogaerts.
I'd rather Dansby Swanson.
It's not even close.
I'd rather
pull it up.
I know. I'd rather Dansby Swanson. It's not even close.
So right now he's got 7 homers, 39 batting, 317. So better batting average.
That's it.
That's
it. That's it. Yeah.
So shut up.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
any day of the week, I would take Xander Bogaerts over.
I'm sure there's no bias in that opinion.
There's really none.
No,
I'm sure there's none. There's definitely not.
Xander.
There's definitely not.
No.
He's way better leader. Gets the fans in the stands. Plays great defense.
We're going to the stands again. We're back to the fucking stand. Jesus, fuck. I do want to give a shout out to a Yankee that fucking DJ LeMahieu, and he plays literally every position, and he's a Gold Glove at every fucking position.
He's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Colorado should be ashamed to just keep him at second base.
Yeah, no, idiots. Terrible franchise.
Would you find him at the Golden Banana?
Good joke.
Whoa.
Good joke, I guess. I don't know.
That was kind of good.
What? he's
he's hitting shit again. All right. That's our baseball talk for the night. We're gonna go now
Yankees
into
at 4.
NFL outside because we kind of talked about the Patriots a little bit with Kevin there. Breaking news of yesterday: Julio Jones signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How good can this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team be?
I mean, like right now they're looking at like when Godwin comes back, like washed Julio Jones is like their third receiver.
In their
That's
good. No, so
or like a second receiver, I guess. Godwin and them.
no,
split.
Godwin. I guess Godwin might even open the season.
Yeah, he's like on his way back.
But Julio's going to be like AJ Green for the Cardinals. He's not going to be that's
what I'm saying.
Stuffer.
Yeah,
he's not going to be.
You never know though, because
you do.
He played with Ryan Tannehill last year. He never.
AJ Brown feasted.
He never established himself in there.
I think if you don't think Julio Jones, like he's not gonna have like he's not Julio Jones. I get that. If you don't think he's gonna be better on the Bucs than he was on the fucking Titans last year, like that's crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you can have like
he's gonna have a
Antonio Brown
much better
numbers on the Bucs.
Yeah,
I think that's reasonable.
Well, pull him up.
I'm not really go fuck yourself, man. What's your take on Julio Jones to the Bucs? That's my question.
I don't think it moves the needle that much. I think Russell Gage would have been just as good. It's more of an injury insurance.
Well, also with them too is like that needle is like already kind of like
right.
It's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad signing. I think if
they're going to make the NFC Championship most likely with or without Julio.
If the Patriots signed him, I wouldn't even be that excited though. Like we have like without
Gronk too, I feel like they're gonna set up more receivers. You know,
that is a help in the red zone.
Spread. Oh, definitely. I like Cameron Brate. Cameron Brate's still on Tampa. That'll probably be their starting tight end, correct?
Is OJ Howard's bitch ass still there?
I think he's gone.
Good.
They got another tight end, did they? Free agents? I think they picked one up.
No, Gronk's still a possibility.
Always a possibility. They projected someone like I think DraftKings projected them to go like 9-8, and I thought that was just like
the
Bucs? It was probably like Max Kellerman or something.
Yeah. They literally play Carolina and Atlanta twice.
They do have a schedule.
That's already 4. No, but that's already 4 wins, and then the Saints will probably split with them. That's already 5. It's already halfway there.
You see with Carolina, you see Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold like walking into training camp and like
I didn't.
They just cheered Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
they
did.
They were like beat it, Sam Darnold.
Well, see, I was big on Sam Darnold going into last year. If you remember, I shouldn't even bring that up, but
you shouldn't have. You dumb
I bet Davis Mills. I'll still.
That brings me to where you picked the Jets over the Pats.
That too.
Tough one, man.
I had 2 bad calls. I still picked the most right. Nobody talks about that.
What an idiot. Also, did you see the tweet about N'Keal Harry dropping a pass and then it being picked today?
Unreal.
That was like everything that he did in
Well, all right.
I want to like him so bad. I think N'Keal Harry is good, and then like he's just not.
What's the guy we have now? Like Little Jordan, like Humphrey or something like that.
Yeah.
I need him to be good, like at least like slightly, like a fucking slot guy that just gets you jacked up on like third down or something.
I mean, I've been in fantasy mode a little bit lately. Underdog does I shouldn't even be hyping them up, but
how's your NFT documentary going?
It's not a docu. Oh.
The docu-series? I don't know.
No. It's just gonna be. I'm gonna tweet at them every day for 365 days.
Is this your Mark Cuban settlement?
Yeah. Shh. Cut that.
No one's cutting anything here. Since we talked with Kevin about the Patriots, what team do you think like has a good chance in the AFC to win it all? Who, not the Chiefs or anything, not like the top dogs. Who do you think like has a chance to really come out of the whirlwind in the AFC? For me, I think it's Denver. I think Denver's a team that I thought all they needed was a quarterback, and they literally got that.
Yeah.
So I think if they're able to survive the best division in football in the AFC West, I think Denver has a tremendous chance to at least get to the title game. I mean, if the Bengals last season were the team that represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, I don't see why the Denver can't this year.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. I think it's kind of up there, but like I think they put together a great team.
Yeah, I just think they're a pack of frauds, but I also like the acquisition of J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack. Like really hypes up their defense.
They have a really, really good defense.
And Herbert's like not a confirmed fraud yet. Like Phillip Rivers was like a confirmed great quarterback, but a fraud.
Yeah,
like a
Herbert's not a fraud.
Still, 2 minutes ago, like they need a touchdown to win. I'm still like, I don't know.
No, but it's I don't know. Yeah. It's not like it stinks.
I think
like
I think you guys are just that's not fair. I don't think that's fair.
No, he's a young gun. He's a young gun.
What you've seen so far, and we could do the same thing to Mac Jones all day, and he's better than Mac Jones at this point, obviously.
It's not even close.
It's not close.
Yeah. But my point is,
I mean, I think the Bengals are just completely just like
Joe Burrow.
They should be the favorites to win the AFC again. I
agree.
I mean, they weren't the favorites last year, but they should be the favorites this year, right?
My only problem.
Why not? I mean,
the Bills
division's so wishy.
Maybe, but I don't think either team did anything to.
But
Von Miller's pretty big.
I think that division's so wishy-washy, though, that
he's old, though.
Anyone can win that division. I feel like Baltimore is always like ready to go. I think the Browns and Steelers going to be hurt this year. So, yeah, it's probably them against Baltimore.
And I'd say so, but like the thing that's scary is like Baltimore, like Lamar Jackson, like
he's got Bateman and Andrew. Bateman's healthy now. He's going to be a scary wide receiver. I like him this year.
He was great in Minnesota. He was fantastic.
Who?
Same with Rashad Bateman, right?
Yeah.
Yep, great in Minnesota.
In college. Yeah.
Gophers.
I think he's going to be very, very good. I guess last year in like OTAs he was crushing, and then before his injury, so like you may have that diamond there. You have the second best tight end in football behind Kels.
It's a love-hate because I love Lamar Jackson. I loved him coming out of college. I remember we went to a game against BC.
Massacre.
At halftime, it was a massacre. But I fucking hate the Ravens. I hate Harbaugh. So it's like I want him to play well, but I also want them to suck. So it's kind of going both ways there.
Tough battle.
I mean, Lamar's a very likable guy, I think.
I heard a bet on
biggest win over Florida State.
The radio the other day. It was like, who's going to have more rushing yards, Ezekiel Elliott or Lamar Jackson? I was like,
Lamar.
What?
Lamar.
You guys
as long as they both stay healthy, Lamar.
You know why? 2 words. Tony Pollard. Run back for them.
Yeah, a healthy Zeke. I mean, obviously health is whatever, but the Zeke has just gotten out of control. Maybe you don't like the fucking guy, but come on.
I've had him on fantasy for the last 2 years.
That's a bias. Take some bias out.
He's on the back 9. He's on the back.
He's not on the back.
He's on the back 9.
Life's quick for a running back, brother.
Might be teeing up on like 15 right now.
All right. You could say that Julio Jones is on like the 19th hole. Then.
Damn right, he's probably.
So what? He's going to be the big fucking. That's not a big signing then.
I still think it's a good. No, it's a good.
That's signing. A great signing for like your third receiver. That's what I was saying.
It's unnecessary. They have Russell Gage.
If he went to the Patriots, he'd probably be fighting for the 1 spot right now.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't even get it because they're like.
We talked about it with Kevin.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So a little wrap up. We've had a bye week last week. Justin here, our producer, put on a great show at the Kings of Combat.
A clinic.
Unfortunately, I didn't be at a wedding, which I was shooting myself at and yelling at people. But I got the pay-per-view. It was great stuff.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were calling him in for our team.
But what
We were bleeding.
all you guys were there. Two of our guys fought. We went 0-2, unfortunately. Yeah, but what'd you guys think? I'll give you guys a 4.
Fantastic showing.
Okay.
Fantastic showing. we couldn't have gone any better.
Of course, neither of them are here tonight to show their face.
Honestly, when that Monday before fight week, whatever, Monday going into Saturday, which was the fight, when Mike's just drinking and acting up and it's just not taking it serious, and I'm going to do this tomorrow. You should have been in the gym every day. I knew Mike wasn't going to win no matter who he fought. And then when the firefighter marathon runner comes out, I was like, fuck, this is Justin, you fucking did us dirty. and I was like, you know what? Mike did himself dirty. He wasn't going to win no matter what. And the firefighter should be embarrassed that he didn't knock Mike out. He should have taken him 30 seconds.
I agree.
Was it technically a TKO?
Yeah, it was.
Doctor stoppage.
It was because Mike was not punching. Mike did defend himself well, but that kid should be embarrassed for not knocking Mike out.
Can you explain to the people about this 45-day thing? Or do you want me to?
You got an injury suspension.
I don't know about this.
He was the only one in the entire card to get the injury suspension.
I mean, it's like I can't confirm that. As far as I know.
Can we confirm that, Justin?
I believe he was the only one.
Yeah, he's the only one I know that got it. That I confirmed. But
that's fucking awesome.
I'm not shitting on Magic and Craig. I think it's
no.
I think it's unbelievable and very courageous and takes a lot of balls to get in the ring.
Absolutely.
I'm emphasizing Showtime's showing there as he got knocked on the canvas in the first round. Pieced up. It looked like he was done, and he got up and he finished the fight, which
no fear from Showtime.
I have tremendous respect there, and he trained and everything. I give a lot of applause to him. Magic, on the other hand, eating beers and cheeseburgers. I thought it was gonna get him only so far, and turned out to be right. But I love the both of them. They're brothers, man. So I have no hate here.
No, you know what? The stones for Mike to get into that ring. I mean,
that guy had 15 pounds on him. It was just an actual person.
If you got him to fight someone who wasn't really a person,
Magic Mike figure.
I'm pretty sure I was looking at a random guy in the crowd, and I just for some reason in my head thought that's who Mike was facing. And I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And then this kid comes out who's just
firefighter, marathon runner. Shit. Hey, he came in. He went in. Champs here. He went in there.
Yeah, I mean, he protected himself well. I wish he went the full way.
I do too. I wish that doctor.
I wish he just threw one punch, and I think he might have made. Yeah, he would have got knocked out in the third. There's no fucking way. That kid was screaming and fighting.
Hey, Warriors bounce back. Magic Mike will be back in there.
The thing is, those firefighters are yelling at me. They were chirping the hell out of me.
Lights out Lang with I think they went the distance W.
Yeah, that Texas Tony was a fighter. That was I would say that was one of his harder fights where compared to Rough and Rowdy, I think Pac-Man was quicker, faster, but this kid was strong, had a chin. It was a good fight, Bob. These minute fights are not good for Bob to get a knockout. He needs to get a setup going, and once he starts to set that up, the fight's the round's over.
Was his 1 minute again?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Bobby.
Was it Bobby's 3?
No.
So the plan for Bobby's was to be 3 minutes, and at the last second, the commission shut it down.
I think if it was 3 minutes, I think because Bob controlled the fight.
Yeah.
No, taking nothing from Texas Tony. He fought good. He was a good fighter. He was strong. If it was when Bobby started to kind of get into his rhythm, it was already over. There's nothing you can do in a minute round. But yeah, I mean the American Ninja is already going back over to Rough and Rowdy, which is crazy. That guy lives to fight.
I heard the One-Eyed Wolf had a hell of a knockout, and then now he's fighting in the background.
It wasn't a hell of a knockout.
Not a hell of a knockout.
So what's our cornerman, Magic Mike, in our corner. What's his face? Fucking the prototype.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
He's a big One-Eyed Wolf fan. I don't know what the
One-Eyed Wolf was on the program. I got
He's
Called out Lang after.
He's calling out Lang, and he's gonna fucking regret it if Lang accepts. I don't know what the fuck this kid's doing. Like, he doesn't belong, and he's got fucking 40 pounds on him. If Lang accepts it and goes up or meets him somewhere, it's. I hope Lang does, because this guy's cocky as shit, and I think he's gonna run into the champ.
Backing it up though.
I think that's Lang's first knockout.
They both came on the show at the same time. Now, Justin, you put on a hell of a show. What was the best part of the day that you took from it?
Appreciate that, guys. Honestly, I think the coolest part was just like seeing it all happen. Like, to be completely honest, like it was just something that obviously, like, we thought of a while back and just worked on for a while, and then just kind of seeing it all unfold was pretty cool. I had a lot of people who worked hard, like behind the scenes, like to help make it happen. So they all crushed it. But yeah, honestly, I guess the fact that like nothing went terribly wrong.
No,
was my highlight.
Went very well.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what? Actually, one thing went terribly wrong. I was sweating my balls.
It was hot. So quick story about the heat. So the night before, I was up at the weigh-in until like 7 o'clock, and when I showed up to Doherty, like the gym it was at, the gym was pretty much already set up, and I walked in there, and the heat was like unbearable, like straight up unbearable, to the point where I was like, I might have to cancel this event. And we pivoted in me and this kid Evan, shout out to Evan from Vodkite. We went to Walmart and we bought it was like 20-something fans. And like we just got the entire place, like we were there till like 5 a.m, like getting the place cooled down. So as hot as it was the next day,
it was better.
It could have been like 15
it was bearable.
Yeah.
It was definitely bearable.
It was almost unbearable. So
It was so
and I saw those fans because when Mike went out to go smoke a cigarette, we had to pass on those.
I would have loved to see just like a whole video of you guys going to Walmart.
The bad we returned them all after. It was great. I asked the guy at Walmart. I said, "Excuse me, just out of curiosity, like if I make like a large purchase and like it doesn't turn out to be like the right stuff that we need, can I return them?" And the guy laughs and he looks at me and he goes, "You mean can you bring them back after the event?" and I was like, yeah. He goes, "Yeah, you can."
Let's go.
That's great.
Good for them.
Good stuff. Is there going to be one in the future, or you haven't really gone over that?
So we're wrapping up a few things from this one. I think at some point in August we would like to announce the next one, which we are hoping we have our sights set for maybe like end of December, beginning of January card. Ooh. So give the people some time. Won't be hot out. Thank God.
Holiday season.
Yeah,
holiday season. Get
home
ready
for the holidays. Little holiday rumble. So
Magic's got to avenge himself.
Also, not sponsored the pod, but shout out Vodkite. They did a great job.
They did.
They had cameras everywhere. I'm pretty sure I had an undisclosed vodka company that I tend to drink had on, so they weren't too happy with me. They could have told me to take it off, and I would have.
Does that happen to be in
I realized that like halfway through. Yeah. I'm not naming it.
Tito's? Huh?
Actually, Tito's.
Yeah, would that be Tito's vodka?
But that doesn't really rival, I guess, a seltzer, right?
No, not at all.
Right, yeah, so Tito's.
Two different worlds.
I feel like every time
pull it up.
Maybe it's my face, but I feel like every time the camera was like when we were walking down the fucking hallway, Vodkite, they just moved. Every time it was me. Maybe it was just whatever, but
hey,
it is what it is.
Sponsorship battles, man.
Yeah.
Choose right.
Tito's is my.
I know what side you're on, man.
Tito's, if you're listening.
Oh, and shout out Shlomo. Shlomo, you guys, your old producer, he crushed it. Shlomo from Mass Music Radio, Mazel Tov Media. Couldn't have done that without him. He absolutely crushed like the live stream. If you watched on live or if you watch the replay on YouTube, that's Shlomo right there. So
yeah, when I saw him there, I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck's he doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing lunch."
Before I saw him, I was over by like the booth where he was going to be, and I just like saw a laptop up there with like I don't know like all the Mass Music stuff, and I was like, "Wait, I know that." I was like, "It's got to be Shlomo."
Yeah,
and then he showed up.
He had the Steele and Nazz shirt on. I saw.
We saw a few Steele and Nazz
That was
shirts
a
out
good-
there.
that was a-
there was
that
a
was a
back
good
to
time,
neutral
yeah.
out there.
There was a back to neutral.
We saw some shirts everywhere.
There we go.
A lot of comments on the Magic Mike. I think like half that gym was like that shirt's amazing.
So I was literally driving to the event and I just dead sober, not like dead sober. And I just puked all. I driving and I puked on myself. I don't know. I don't know why or what happened. Just my health is just. I'm gonna die soon. But
Don't say that.
whatever.
When you came in
And then
said
I
that,
came in and I wiped it off. Nobody would known, but you would whatever. I knew. And they gave me a shirt. I was like, I just threw my shirt in the trash. I'm wearing this. I woke up the next morning, shirt still on. I wore it for like 2 hours just out of respect for Magic Mike for getting in the ring.
we should have known we would go at 0-2 right when that happened.
Literally, I'm sitting
we
in
should
traffic.
even thought about
I'm
winning.
sitting
after.
in like the Cape traffic going up.
One of our guys is just throwing up for no fucking reason. Like we didn't stand
Literally
a chance.
no reason.
Yeah,
I
we
hadn't
didn't
even
stand
had a beer.
chance.
In other words of another Mass Music Radio employee, James Askins, there it had to happen.
Had to happen.
Had to happen. Yeah, so that wraps up the KOC. Hopefully, we'll see you back in December, January.
Holiday season,
Yeah.
holiday 2023.
Holiday
Do we have are we gonna have a Steele and Nazz fighter?
It's not me.
Are we gonna revenge our 0-2?
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself right now because
Sounds like you're on the fence.
I'm thinking about it. I'll leave it at that. I'm thinking about it.
The only person I'll fight is Adam, so we'll see. But at least we'll get a one.
Did we just announce fight one?
At least the podcast will have a win one way or another.
Yeah, dual knockout in the middle. Dual knockout. Wouldn't put it past you.
I couldn't I just get so
I could so fight you, so I don't really know.
I would like kick you in the face. Like I would like just like.
Then Matt would win. Then Matt would win.
I'd be a far better UFC fighter.
But I would walk out and he would like be like, "Why'd you kick me in the face?"
Your leg can't get that high.
Yeah, no way.
Yes, it can.
my leg would
outta here.
my leg would
No
hit you
chance.
fucking up
No
far
chance.
harder than yours could ever even touch me.
Oh.
Adam, Adam, you're a Nazaro.
So it begins.
In your Forbes.
Yeah,
You're
it's
Forbes.
athletic.
Athletic. Who's athletic?
Me.
Yeah. Moving on to an announcement that you won't be playing in because you're not athletic enough.
Whoa! We don't know. We don't know
I
that.
do know. Well, you didn't play in it last year. You blacked out at 8:30 in the morning.
I didn't
You
black
scored.
out at 8:30 in the morning.
Well,
But that's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started.
All right.
That's where it started. So
Same for me.
Yeah.
Not
So we
judging.
announced our Steele and Nazz second annual softball tournament occurring Saturday, September 24th at Pageant Field. We're going to roll 2 fields out. All the money's going to go to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And also I learned that Dennis has a scholarship fund for like Quincy High baseball graduates going to college. So it's also going to go to that too. What are you looking at?
Yeah,
We'll
be
okay.
there, support a great cause. Going to be a great day.
Yeah. So we already have like 8 to 10 teams. I get the time. We have time. Don't
no,
worry
Craig. Never mind.
about it. Okay. And
In the promo, dude, really?
yeah,
Craig will be here at 8.
he'll be here at 8.
All right.
All right, Craig.
We're promoting.
All right, we're promoting the softball tournament. Was a great turnout last year. We raised close to $6,000. Hopefully, we can get above that this year. Hopefully, we can get Antan and Madero's not blackout by.
Oh my
2
God!
o'clock in the afternoon.
Like, say it again. Say it one more time. You know what? Because I won you that championship. I got in
You didn't win shit.
I was catching
Malachi's head.
I
in
have
the
a ring.
semifinals. I won you that chip. So don't think you won anything. I won you that.
I mean, I won it.
playing
You're
one
luck-
inning
you're
as
welcome.
catcher.
You're wel-
I am a
Still
champion.
don't know where the trophy is. That's gonna have to be found. I think it's at Kern's house, but I don't know
I
for
think it
sure.
is.
Okay.
Fucking Kern.
Champion.
So it should be good. I already have like 8 to 10 teams already made up.
Really? Already 8?
Yeah, we can get. I mean, plenty more, but
Is it a faction or is it a pageant?
Pageant.
I
2
just
fields.
announced pageant 2 fields.
All right. I'm getting a fact straight.
Okay.
All right.
Promo. We're gonna have.
You know what? I retract being an up.
Gonna have Steele and Greg on the grill again.
Oh yeah.
Should be good. We're also considering some other things, maybe some live bands. I'm also trying to find out where Renee Rancourt lives so we can switch it up.
If we got out, I'd show up to his house. I would do it.
I think he lives in House Neck.
Renee Rancourt?
Yeah,
From
he at least like did. I don't know his.
What is it
current
with us? In what Bruins announcer?
Todd Angeli.
Anthon singers in Quincy. Because if Rancourt's in Quincy, we're knocking on his door,
Hey, you want to come sing?
and then we'll go to Tibbetts after.
I'm not sure over in Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
Tibbetts won't
Oh,
be
we
there.
haven't really talked about that either. What a clown that guy is, huh?
You know what?
about that.
Tibbetts.
Absolute clown.
Shame. It's a shame he won't come on. And
Who the fuck does he think he is?
I think we need to get Mario Lemieux on. That's all. That's like the only person that guy looks up to.
Yeah.
Literally, I think we just have to reach out to Mario Lemieux and just say, like,
What's his show, by the way? I don't know what his show is.
who? The greatest show?
The greatest show. Like,
Well,
what
he
show?
canceled he canceled it. We got blocked, but he canceled his Instagram, so the show's gone.
Oh, what's it? Blockton or something? Something stupid.
No, he quit it.
Oh, good. He sucks. He's awful.
Yeah,
He's literally the worst person in the world. I wouldn't pay that guy $1 to come on the show.
yeah. You guys kept fucking talking.
I was
saying that right out of the
It was
gate.
all Madeira.
It was
Right
not
out of-
me.
oh, come
I
on,
wanted him.
guys.
I wanted him on.
You guys are lying on the mic right now.
I wanted him on, but at a safe distance and at a $40 and like a 6-pack.
Yeah. Guys, just overall an absolute clown show.
We've never paid for a guest, and
I would-
I actually didn't want to change that up.
I would love to fight this guy. I'm dead serious.
You would get fucking
Kings of Combat
I'm
2.
in.
Kings
I'm
of
in.
Combat
I'm
2.
in. I don't care. I'll die trying.
Yeah, no, you won't.
No, I won't.
You won't even. You're more afraid of me than Billy Tibbetts.
I'm not afraid of you.
Then get in the ring with
I
me.
think you guys belong in the same clown car.
He's calling you out. You're just bringing disses, dude.
Because that's all he's worth.
Yeah. So it is. All right.
This might happen outside tonight. We might not be waiting till fucking December for this.
Folks,
Justin, get that guy from New York. Get him here quicker than.
Yeah, that guy will be here in like 3 weeks.
oh, you're talking about the ref?
Yeah.
Which is, you know what? I mean, that's a pain in the ass drive.
Oh yeah.
What can you do? That was actually the only snack. That was such a good event. Kings of Combat. I can't wait for the next one.
And it was
it's gonna
starting
be better.
It was starting so early, so like that didn't really like hurt it that bad. Like
I had so much fucking fun.
because we were there. Yeah.
I really did. Everything was set up well. The beers were reasonably priced. Like, it was just a good time.
Yeah. Highly recommend Kings of Combat 2. Be ready.
Folks, want to thank you for tuning in. Also, my buddy Kevin Stone for coming on, New England Football Journal. Tune into them this fall, man. They're doing big things all around New England here with colleges, high schools, and the Pats here. And Hedge Better for making this pod all possible. Big shout out to my guy who also's got a team in the tournament, Slight Edge Fitness and Performance out of Braintree, Craig Kelly, my guy there, in the law offices of Pat Foley, who's gonna be a sponsor for the event. Who's
Trying to get a team together too.
as well. Nice.
Working on it.
Pat is?
Yeah.
Pat Foley
Yeah.
hitting nukes. I could see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see it. That's all from Steele and Nazz. Be safe out there. Episode 86.
Yeah.
86. That's a wrap.